Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a time series graph in Excel. I've downloaded data here from the US election project at the Elections Lab at the University of Florida. And you can see there are this is the URL. You can see there are three variables: turnout in presidential election years and midterm years. I want to do a time series graph of the turnout in presidential election years. So what I'm going to do, um, I always start with a new sheet. Um, I keep the data that I've downloaded untouched and make any changes to a new sheet. So what I'm going to do here is simply grab these two columns. I'll right click and copy, come over here and paste. Well, I have those two. Now there's a couple of things that we should do here as a general rule. Number one, notice if I scroll down, I lose the top row. So what I want to do is freeze panes. So if I come over here to view freeze panes, I can freeze the top row. And that way, when I scroll, the top row stays there. So I can always identify the variables that I'm working with. That's number one. The second thing is this is just a quirky thing. I prefer to have these in lower case instead of all caps. So this is turnout rate pres. And the underscores there make it what's called snake case. That's number two. The third one is if I grab these two and try to make a graph. So I'm just going to highlight these two columns like that. I'll go up here to insert and I'll try to make a graph. And I want to show you I can get the dots, but I can't get lines. And the reason I can't get lines is because of all of these extra spaces. So here's a quick way to, I'll say this is a quick and easy way to prep my data for graphing. I can go anywhere in here. I'll just go right there. I'll right click and I'll come down to sort and I'll say sort smallest to largest. And I can see down here are all the empty cells. So I'm just going to grab those. And sorry, come back up. I'll do it this way. I'm going to grab all of those. And I'm just going to hit the delete key. Boom. So those aren't there anymore. I'll come back up to this one. Right click, sort smallest to largest. And now I have those properly sorted without the intervening midterm election years. So if I highlight those two columns, I can go to the insert to the scatter diagram here and pull out a line graph. Now I want to say you should always, this is my experience, you have much greater control over a number of features by doing time series or line graphs with scatter plot, with a scatter diagram, as opposed to the line graph. Just like I said, my experience, this is a much better option than using the line charts. Use the scatter charts instead. So I have that, just a couple of other things. I'm going to highlight this data series. And if I come over here to up here at chart tools to format, you can see that, there's chart area, chart title, etc. But I'm going to take the series turnout rate pres, so it highlights that. And then if I hit format selection, it'll bring up this window over here. By the way, I could have also done it down here to format data series. I'd get to the same place. Come over here to the fill and line, the paint bucket. And I'm just going to change the color to a deep red. I'm going to make it a little bit wider. I'll take it up to 2.5. And I'll even change the dash type to that. Now, there are a lot of other things that we can do with formatting. In subsequent videos, I'll format the axes and the grid lines, I'll add a title, and I'll add notes to the bottom of the graph.